We are back, and we're going to expand on this topic of SBA and SCORE. And Bill, just tell us a little bit about the programs that you hold every month in the Chamber of Commerce that help small businesses with SCORE and SBA.
Well, with SCORE and SBA, if there's an existing business out there, whether they're a Chamber of Commerce member or a non-Chamber of Commerce member, if they need some help developing their business plan or marketing plan, let's just say they had one to begin with, but it's no longer effective, they can call the Chamber of Commerce and we will set up an appointment for them with the SBA or the SCORE counselor. If they're a startup business and they're looking at an entrepreneur and creating some type of business, again, call the Chamber of Commerce and we will put you together either with the SBA or SCORE counselor, whichever one is most appropriate. And they can meet here at the Chamber of Commerce. There's a business resource center downstairs that's got a computer that has access to QuickBooks.
So SCORE SBA will actually come to the Chamber?
They meet right here at this Chamber of Commerce.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And what kind of program? Do you have a regular monthly program that you have here?
We have many programs that we have. We have a Business Works program the second Tuesday of the month, which examines some type of issue, whether it's putting together business plans or marketing plans or effective communications or developing your 30-second intromercial. When you go in and meet with a customer client, you've got just 30 seconds to make a first impression. It might be something as simple as that. But yeah, we try to put on programs that are going to help you as an employee or an employer with your company.
Back to Robert. As a business owner involved in promotion, flyers, advertising, I would assume, you have a lot of businesses coming into the area. What kind of advice can you give to business owners that are coming into the area trying to start up a new business? This is a really rough time. And typically during a recessionary time when business is slow, everybody says advertise more, and a lot of people tend to advertise less. I mean, what kind of advice can you give to businesses right now?
It's actually funny that you mentioned that, because in the Survive and Thrive series that the Chamber that we've had here, I actually gave a small speech on what a business should do, of any business right now. And the tendency, like you just said, is to back off, when the reality is one of the first things you should do is look at your plan and look at that marketing part of your plan, because it is a piece and you can't do without it and succeed. And figure out, you may have to reevaluate that plan, but you need to carry it out and keep moving forward, whether that means plugging into the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, because it's a membership, and then there are a number of different areas to which you can get involved and get the word of mouth out, or if it's your marketing plan, that means you're going to advertise in different areas. So you just got to carry your plan through and be more efficient now than you've ever been.
So there's no one plan fits all. Obviously every business is different. I know a lot of people get involved in businesses, and I know we've seen that in this town and everywhere I go. Even when I was as a real estate appraiser, people have this passion, they have this product, they have this idea, and they open up a store and they sit there and nobody comes in. I mean, you have to have actually a business plan, which then brings into SCORE and SBA. I think SCORE is obviously you have to have a business plan before you even apply for an SBA loan, okay, and then you have to have a marketing plan. So you put that all together, and membership in the Chamber, I guess, brings it all together, and you can bounce some ideas off people. Have you ever had anybody speaking to you and they have this aha moment and they say, wow, what a great idea?
The great ideas happen all the time, and a lot of times the great ideas don't come from our own selves looking on the inside.
That's right. I mean, you have to have a different perspective. Let's talk about these quality of life issues that the Chamber's involved in. And it was interesting to find out that the Chamber is very proactive in political and in quality of life issues. Lake access, you have to be very proud of this wonderful $1 million fishing tournament that just took place.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, this was a great accomplishment for you, and I'm sure you had something to do with that. And that has put Lake Norman on the map as far as sports. The Augusta Lee project, give us a little bit about that.
The Augusta Lee project, there are two mega developments being looked at for Lake Norman. One is Langtree at the lake, that is up at exit 32 in Morrisville. The other is Augusta Lee, which is here, which would be exit 27 in Cornelius. The Augusta Lee project would be a mixed-use development that would bring 4,600 jobs 4,600 jobs to this area. And not only that, there are a number of road improvement projects that the developer would go out and make happen. The widening of I-77, putting a Westmoreland interchange in, having a Bailey Road flyover so you can have another east-west connector, improvements to Highway 21. All of these improvements paid for by the developer so that particular project can be successful. And again, you're also talking about 2 hotels coming to that particular project.
You might get your 500 members.
Might get that. You've got a 250-room hotel with a conference center being looked at and a boutique hotel for some meeting room space, and that's one of the things that we have a real drawback here at the lake. That's an interesting thing with the Langtree at the lake. They're bringing in right now. John Q. Hammond is looking at bringing in a conference center up there. I think they're looking at close to, is it 50,000 square feet of space?
Somewhere between 50 and
yeah, 50,000 square feet of space. And with those 2 mega developments coming here, that will be the biggest thing that happened to this area since 1962 when they dammed that river.
Really? And the Chamber had some input on that?
We're certainly supportive. We are very supportive of the Augusta Lee project and the Langtree at the Lake project. We think that those will be tremendous and dynamic economic development engines for this region.
Just on something that's in everybody's core, when do you think this road work is going to be done? What's the projection? They're moving along. I know they have a lot of grading problems. Yeah, Catawba Avenue.
Catawba Avenue is slated, I think, to be done by the end of June. Yeah. They had a little bit of a backup because of the rain and some of the things that we were experiencing, but I think you'll see within 8 weeks we're done with Catawba Avenue.
Thinking with the grading and the different levels,
right.
It's just a very, very I know they had to stop the project. They just had to refigure a lot of things.
Right.
That's some utility problem. That was interesting, though. Political activities. How much political input do you actually put into the quality of life, so to speak, around here?
The Chamber of Commerce, we're known for our networking events, but we're also an advocacy organization. We are the voice of business. We're the voice of business because our members give us that opportunity by bringing 1,100 businesses together. We're able to go to Raleigh. We're able to do things in Washington, D.C. And there's some social issues that we're engaged in. Number one is we want to bring a magistrate to North Mecklenburg. We're very aggressive on that particular issue. Right now, if there were some domestic issues involved with a family, they got to go down to Charlotte, and we need to be able to have a judge up here that can take care of some issues, particularly as it relates to domestic violence issues. The lake access issue that you brought up just a little while ago, it's wholly unfair that the only people who have access to Lake Norman, the greatest man-made treasure that we could possibly have out there, you've got to go to exit 42 to be able to swim in Lake Norman unless you have a boat or a house on the lake, or you know somebody that does. And that is a real economic injustice to those families who may not have access to the water. And I can't tell you how many people come to the Lake Norman Visitor Center. They may be from New York. They may be from other areas and say, where can you go swimming?
So you're trying to set up a little park, a little beach area.
We've got areas, and Mecklenburg County is examining that. And at first they were elected several years ago, but they're warming up to the idea of opening up lake access.
They've got so many parks. They've got Blythe, they've got Ramsey Creek.
We do, and so those are 2 quality of life issues that we're looking at between the lake access and the magistrate issue. And then there are the transportation issues that we're very involved in. Commuter rail to Mooresville, South Iredell, and North Mecklenburg. We feel like that will be, it won't be the silver bullet. It won't answer all of our challenges to overcrowding on I-77, but it gives us one more piece of the puzzle we need for mass transit.
Right. This has been a very, very interesting conversation, and I think the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce is probably one of the most aggressive chambers I have ever seen. And Robert obviously is a testimony to the good it can do for a small business. Thank you both very, very much for coming today.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks very much for watching.